Hare Krishna. Today we are going to discuss the chapter number 1, text number 12 of Bhagavad Gita. Tasya sañjanayan harṣaṁ kuru-vṛddhaḥ pitāmahaḥ siṁha-nādaṁ vinadyoccaiḥ śaṅkham dadhmau pratāpa-vān. So here, tasya sañjanayan. Sañjanayan means increasing. What is increasing? Harṣam. The depressed Duryodhana, to increase his joy, harṣam, kuru-vṛddhaḥ, the elderly person of Kuru dynasty, that is Bhīṣma, pitāmahaḥ, siṁha-nādaṁ. So he blow his conchshell, śaṅkhaṁ dadhmau. Śaṅkham means conchshell. Pratāpa-vān, in a very, very brave way. So here we understand the helpless situation of Bhīṣma pitāmahaḥ. So Bhishma Pitamaha, then the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of fighters, Pitamaha. So the age of Bhishma Pitamaha was more than 800 years at the time of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he blew his conchshell very loudly, making the sound like a roar of a lion. So the Bhishma Pitamaha's position is very befitting like a lion. Siṁha-nādaṁ. So when lion roars, he roars very, very ferociously. So the similar kind of sound was taken out from Bhishma Pitamaha, befitting his position, and it is for giving a joy to Duryodhana. So the grandsire of Kuru dynasty, Bhishma Pitamaha, could understand the inner meaning of the heart of the grandson Duryodhana, and out of his natural compassion for him, he tried to cheer him by blowing his conchshell very loudly and befitting his position as a lion. So indirectly, by the symbolism of the conchshell, he informed the depressed grandson Duryodhana that he had no chance of victory in this battlefield, and because Lord Sri Krishna was on the other side, but still it was his duty to conduct the fight, and no pains would be spared in this connection. So Srila Prabhupada very clearly explains that the defeat of the bad guys Duryodhana was for sure, and we understand the Bhishma Pitamaha's helpless situation also. Even a Dronacharya was also in the same situation, and that's the reason why after asking the questions by Duryodhana, telling the situation by Duryodhana, the Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya did not respond to his questions, and they remained silent. And the kind of mercy which they have showed to Pandavas, the same kind of mercy was not shown to Duryodhana and his brothers. That's the reason why they were silent. Dronacharya was also silent, and here the word harsha is used. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna always used this verse harsha for the ignorant pupil. For example, in 5.22, Krishna says, Na prahurishyat priyam prapya, that the devotees do not become harsha, the overjoyed, by getting the things which they want. In 12.15 also, Krishna says, harsha maharsha bhaya udvegair, that the devotee who is very dear to Krishna is free from harsha, bhaya, udvega. Harsha means overjoy or dvesha. So the devotee is free from harsha, dvesha, the envy. So we understand that from 12.17 also, Krishna says that yona harushyati na dveshti, that devotee who do not overjoy or who do not envy others is very dear to Krishna. So this is that harsha word is for the negative joy, and for that purpose Krishna is using this word. Here the kuru-vṛddhaḥ. So this Bhishma Pitamaha was not just kuru-vṛddhaḥ, not elderly for the Kuru dynasty, but also he was vayo-vṛddhaḥ. By age he was very, very elderly, and not just by age. Why it is here written kuru-vṛddhaḥ? Because he was elderly by jnana also, the knowledge. That's why he is jnana-vṛddhaḥ. So we should understand all these intricacies, why these words are used. And also Bhishma Pitamaha is called as a pratāpa-vān. Why pratāpa-vān? Because Bhishma Pitamaha was aware of his death, and he was having ichha maran. He himself decided his time and the situation of death, and he selected the time of death as a Makar Sankranta. That is the time when Bhishma Pitamaha gave up his body, seeing the lotus face of Lord Shri Krishna, and went to the Vaikuntha. So we understand that in the similar way, Srila Prabhupada also gave up his body amidst his disciples in Vrindavan. So this also shows that Bhishma Pitamaha was fearless and he was not at all afraid of death. So in this way, this shloka is very, very important. Tasya sañjanayan harṣaṁ kuru-vṛddhaḥ pitāmahaḥ siṁha-nādaṁ vinadyoccaiḥ. Vinadya means vibrating. Uccaiḥ means very loudly. śaṅkham. śaṅkham means the conch shell. So basically, what is conch shell? Conch shell is just a bone of an animal. Usually the bone of an animal is considered inauspicious, but in the Vedas it is said the bone of a called as a conch shell is the most auspicious, and the sound coming from the shankha, it removes all the negativities around. So śaṅkham dadhmau pratāpa-vān. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.